Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Someone requested that I do a sketch with me video, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. What I'm sketching is a character design challenge, so yeah, I'll probably get more into about that later on in the video, but yes, I am actually writing down first some things about her. Things I don't want to forget. So yeah, they'll help me with the character design process. The name of the gal that's hosting this is on Instagram, and it's Esther W Art. I'll have her Instagram linked below and her YouTube channel. I was picking baby names here, and it's a baby name book, but it's not actually necessarily a baby name. Her name is Asima Stalamark. The name of my character that I designed for this contest. Asima means guardian, and Stellamark is something I made up. It was gonna be Stella Mark, like Mark of the Star, but I changed it to Stella, but it's supposed to mean the same thing. I wrote a little about her backstory to kind of help explain her story, or why she's the way she is now, and why she is where she is. So she is a ranger, a traveling jack of all trades kind of ranger, and the books that the Esther W Art is working on, the winner's OC will get chosen to be featured in one of the books or something like that. So yeah, yes, I'm really excited about that. The girls' books have a fantasy medieval setting, steampunk, cottagecore. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that because that's mostly what I draw on. So Asima is 26, but her backstory begins when she is 16, and that is what I'm drawing her as now, is when she's 16 now. This is her outfit. There's so much about the books that I'd love to say, but I don't know if I have enough time. In them, there is this group of people called the Guardians, and they fight against the evil, and Asima was trailing to be one when she was 16, but that was taken away from her, that opportunity of becoming one, when an enemy of her father kind of dragged her name in the mud, or dragged her family's name in the mud. So she was expelled from her training, and her family lost their wealth and high estate and dignity. They were mocked, shamed, made fun of, kind of shamed, actually very much shamed. So she up and left her home country, and became a wandering ranger, a jack of all trades. So yeah, so her story would begin when she's 26, and she's kind of looking for the guy that helped drag her father's name through the mud. I keep using that phrase, that's the second time, but oh well. So yes, there are different races of elves in Esther's books, and mine is a Huling Crystallite. So she's got white hair, and the tips of her hair are colored the color of her magic powers. Now, in these books, all the elves have magic powers, and I was puzzled as to what my characters would be at first, but I was able to come up with something that I liked. So she has a force field that she can lift things with without actually having to touch things or with her power, but she is limited by her physical strength. It is like a muscle, so the more she uses it, the stronger it becomes, and the stronger she herself becomes. And she wears these bracers on her arms, and she can use her force field to shoot out into the shape of a sword, which she wields as one as well. And she can also make a shield with it. So yeah, And she also carries a pocket watch from her mom before she left, containing some of her mother's magic, which is stamina and youthfulness. So even though she's 26, she still has a youthful appearance, but technically elves will live thousands of years and still have a youthful appearance. So, and her father's power is the ability to speak in every tongue or language, because there are different languages in Esther's books. And she carries that power in a ring. I was struggling with the anatomy quite a bit here. I was using references, but there'll be some days where references will be really helpful, and then some days they just give me a hard time. I don't know if it's just me, but I'll go through those phases, and so I eventually just had to put down the references for anatomy and go at it myself. A lot of the clothes or clothing I actually had inspiration for from Pinterest, and I think I have all of them saved to my one of my Pinterest boards under Asima Stalamark, and I'll have that linked below if you guys want to take a look at what I used for my inspiration. Yeah, her designs were a bit everywhere. The first one I really liked, the ones when she was 16. I feel like it really turned out. They weren't too much, they weren't too little. But then the second one was a little harder. I wanted her to have a dress, but then I also wanted her to have pants, because she is a ranger, she's a warrior, she travels around, picks up odd jobs here and there when she needs money. And in fact, she's often known as Drifter by people who don't know her as well, because of the way she drifts from place to place, seemingly with no purpose of it, you know? So, yeah, with not really any intentions or plans. Seemingly, yeah. She does have plans, and yeah, she's not just a wanderer. She knows what she's about. And her name is well known among other guardians, and it's shamed, so she couldn't really take the name Stalamark with her. But you see, healing crystallites have marks on their faces, the color of their power. And my girl's is her family Stalamark symbol, and her parents have it. But other guardians know the symbol. And so it's called the Mark of the Star, and that's what her last name means. So she has to be careful sometimes about how or where or when her symbol is seen. She'll sometimes use makeup to cover it up, or she'll wear her hair up to hide the tips of her hair. But usually she just doesn't bother unless she finds it necessary. So here I am going for a second attempt at her outfit. I feel like I made a little progress. I mean, these designs aren't the ones I end up going for, but they did help me feel a little better about the progress I was making. And she actually has leather wings, which she can connect to her, and she can use her powers to fly with them. So I thought that was a neat addition to her design. And she, besides the sword she carries with her powers, she does carry another sword. It's called a warrior sword. I own one, and they look pretty cool. I like them. So I thought I would incorporate that into her outfit. A warrior sword is smaller than a broadsword or a longsword. It's usually lightweight, so yeah. something I will mention is that the deadline for this is April. Okay, I'm looking at the post. April 5th, 2022. So I did mine a couple weeks ago. I think, I don't know when it was first posted. I think maybe 2 months ago. But there aren't a lot of entries, so if this is something you would be interested in doing, I highly recommend. It was lots of fun. Yes. I enjoyed it. I don't often design characters like this, so yeah. Her outfit is kind of everywhere. It's too many details, so I end up going with something a little simpler later on. I end up giving her like 1, 2, 3, 4 outfits, which Esther actually suggested to make more than one outfit. So yeah, right now I'm drawing her so I wanted to give her like a coat or cloak, and yeah, she actually has a cloak and a coat, but I also wanted to give her a coat. So I'm drawing that now. I like the way it looked from behind, so I wanted to add that view. And then I do draw one right next to it that's face on, so it gives a little more information about its design. Yeah, this challenge was lots of fun. I have been going through kind of a burnout. Yeah, I guess I could blame it on January. January is always kind of a burnout month for me for some reason. But it's not that my drawings weren't turning out. It's just that I couldn't bring myself to draw very often. But when I did draw, my drawings did turn out. Which can sometimes, I think it feels better than art block. Or like if you're drawing a bunch of drawings and nothing's turning out. I don't know what's worse. The guilt of not drawing a lot, or the guilt of none of your works turning out. But yeah, I pulled out of it. Now I'm actually working on several projects, so I'm pretty excited about that. So now I'm drawing her in her more casual attire. I take a go at her ranger outfit later on. I don't draw it in this video because the video was getting long, and I didn't think I was going to fill 2 more spreads after this one. But I was pretty indecisive, and I wanted to give a lot of information about her designs, and yeah, because I just love designing characters. I do, especially their stories. I have lots of fun with those. And this character, she's calm. She has a calm personality, but she's very skilled with weapons because she was training to be a guardian when she was 16, and then when she had to leave her home country after being expelled, she learned more about the use of arms. In other words, the use of weapons. There was a lot of erasing with the anatomy here. I skipped or clipped or cut out most of it because it was a long video, and yeah, it needed to be shorter. But yeah, there was too much erasing, and I think it was just the references. They sometimes give me a hard time and sometimes make my life easier. So I felt like I was unable to capture the design or the mark on her face in the smaller drawings, so I wanted to draw a close-up of what she looked like, and so that I could also have a close-up of the way she looked. And I will say that her elf ears look a bit big, but I got carried away and drew very big ears. I mean, they don't look too bad, but whatever. Her lips were hard. I erased them a few times before I finally got the look I wanted. And I wanted her face to be symmetrical, but I mean, it's not perfect. I like the way it turned out though. It was pretty much exactly how I envisioned her face looking. And I don't color the sketches in this video because it was getting too long, but at the end I do show you all of the finished illustrations, which is quite a few days later after I filmed this sketching. She's got lots of braids in her hair, little braids, and she usually wears her hair in a ponytail. I drew it quite a few times with it down and out of a ponytail because I wanted to get the full look of her hair and length, but yeah. I think doing this character design challenge really caused me to really fill every space I could with sketches, and I really enjoyed it. And it is a new day, a few days later, and this is all of it finished, painted. I really love the way it turned out and the process. It's different from how I normally design a character, but I really enjoy it. Like, usually I'll draw an outfit on a person, and then I'll look at it and be like, man, this would make a really neat character design, and then I'll make him into a character. But this time I came up with the name and story first. I really like the one with her leaning up against that fence. I used gouache for the background, and then the Mozart Supplies watercolors for Asima. And I used some colored pencils. Asima Stellamark. And these are some face drawings of expressions. I didn't like the way they turned out, so yeah. And let's ignore that little weird sketch there. But we have these, and this is her ranger outfit. I really love the colors in this, the designs. Yes, I like it. I like it all. Comment down below which is your favorite, because I would love to know. I love all of them. They turned out so pretty. Yes. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see ya.